The US Labour Department says another 1 million Americans made new claims for unemployment benefits last week. People in the US are not returning to work at the speed economists had hoped, with a surge in COVID cases preventing some businesses from reopening. Around 30 million Americans are currently receiving unemployment benefits. Health officials in France have reported more than 5,000 new coronavirus infections in a single day. That's the country's highest daily increase since the pandemic's peak in April. The government's made it mandatory for people to wear face masks in public across Paris from Friday and says it's considering all options for slowing the spread of the virus. More than 4,000 police have been deployed to clear some of Chile's main highways, which have been blocked by striking truck drivers. The drivers are demanding better protection following an increase in attacks, which they blame on the indigenous Mapuche activists. The Chilean government says it sympathises with the drivers, but it needs to avoid further disruption to supply chains already affected by the pandemic.
Let's have a look at the Friday morning front pages for you. And we start with the Times reporting that the Health Secretary, Matt Hancock, opened a cabinet rift by saying he cares more about how effective his employees are rather than whether they continue working from home. Meanwhile, the paper also says the Prime Minister facing pressure to get more people back into the workplace.
The Express is reporting that a no-deal Brexit has moved a step closer, with trade deal talks on the brink of collapse. Chancellor Rishi Sunak is also pictured at a pret-a-manger. Yesterday, the company announced it would cut 3,000 jobs.
The Mirror newspaper, leading on the Manchester United footballer Harry Maguire, told the BBC in an exclusive interview that he was scared for his life when he was arrested in Greece last week. And a reminder for you, you can watch the interview here on Breakfast throughout the morning. That's coming up shortly.
And the New York Times is reporting on President Trump accepting his nomination to run for a second term in office. The paper also reports how maskless supporters crowded close together despite coronavirus restrictions. The authors of the largest ever study to examine children treated in hospital for Covid-19 have said it's vanishingly rare for young people to die from the virus.
The report published in the British Medical Journal identified which children were more likely to need critical care support, including newborn babies under a month-old, young people from a black ethnic background, or children who are obese. A video of two passengers being escorted off a flight at Stanstead Airport by officials in protective suits has been shared on social media. The man had just boarded a Ryanair plane to Pisa in Italy and he received a text saying he'd tested positive for coronavirus. After alerting cabin crew, the man and his travel partner were taken to an isolation area at the terminal. Ryanair said both passengers were seated for only 10 minutes, but the flight on Wednesday was delayed by 1 hour, 20 minutes, while seats and cushions, overhead cabins were all disinfected.